Hey, what's up YouTube? It's DirtyMobs back with a Tentacle guide. That's right, finally I feel it is time for a Tentacle guide update. It's been a long time since my last one. It's a pretty well received video, but with the Tentacle increase range, it's time to finally look at like how these tentacles are set up. There's also some nuances with the wide river now, so that's going to be important. For those who don't know, I am like the Illaoi guy. I'm the one, I've been Challenger on Illaoi in North America in every season. Since season 7, except one. I only have to Grandmaster. Little mark on the old ego, but that's okay. So one thing you want to do is, so this is blue side start. And the way I like to explain this is you want like a base tentacles. So these your base tentacles here are these two, and they're base because they're hard for the enemy to get to kill. You can build off of them. There's kind of a core principle of tentacles, right? You want to connect. You always want to connect. So connect, 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 and then connect. So you have 4 tentacles here, all connecting, right? So what you can do now is you can play off of a 4 tentacle setup. Let's say the wave's pushing into you, and you want to play off the enemy, and you can go for an E here. You get 3 right here. We get the turret as well. You also get you can see even that one hits. So a lot of good tentacle setups here. You're looking for connections, and with the long tentacle range now, it's a lot easier. Early on in the lane, too, you can also use the turret to your advantage. So you'll see me a lot of holding the wave here and then playing off here. The important thing since the last patch is this one tentacle right here, which is kind of my first tentacle outplays. I place it a little further back so you can get this tentacle here. And what you want to do is you want to start playing off of like the wall. Like this is a really good spot to play off of. Really hard for the enemy to move here without getting hit by tentacles, without walking in turret range. You can kind of hang out right here. Just a really strong start. So blue side, this is like our defensive posture. This is kind of our home base if we're on blue side. You get into the middle of the map, and this is where you either need to, if you're gonna slow push, you're kind of playing to the top side. So just always remember this. We're always connecting. So connect, connect. Let's say I'm versus the enemy here, and the wave's kind of right here. I want to slowly connect and build out. Oh no, this is terrible. So we can do this, and we can play off like right here. So if the enemy wants to fight us, we can play here. And we can always just pull the spirit here. And meanwhile, the wave's going to be like kind of in this area. You can play off that. You can also go, if you're doing a quick push, let's say you want to push the wave quickly, you can do a hop across the river. So you can go boom, boom. Now you can play off this spot right here. You get 2 tentacles. It's a lot weaker than up here. Why is that? Any setup where you have like no wall space, it's a lot weaker. This right here, way stronger. Because of the wall here creates an area where if they want to fight you now, they have to walk basically into an area where they're going to get hit by tentacles. You know, if they're fighting you out here, okay, you W, they walk this way. They wait, and then they walk this way on the next W. And they're not getting hit by any tentacles, you know? Meanwhile, they're able to hit you. So you just want to be cognizant of the fact that like anytime you're playing on 2 walls, it's really strong. And I can actually give you a good example of this. Let's play some minions out real quick, because it's annoying me. Very important tentacle guide here. Okay, so why is that important? Check this out. This play is impossible. This is actually a play just from today I did. So I'm going to play it. You see here, I'm on the red side right now. And we'll talk about red side placement here in a second. I'm gonna get 2 tentacles here. Boom, boom. Now I can just play off of this spot. It's really strong. Watch how hard this is for the enemy to play off of. I'm gonna go back to the spear. I'm just gonna play in this area. We're ulting. I'm just gonna let the play out. Beautifully done. Just beautifully done, right? Good. You see how hard it is? I'm getting so many tentacle shots because they can't run up very well. If they're going to fight me, they're going to hit by a ton of tentacles. And another important mechanic here is like I'm kiting out, and I'm W back in. I'm kiting out. Just slowing for that healing. So that's why like playing in these spots is really important. Like even here, so like let's say this is kind of the mid-range area. So mid-range area, you're looking for like tentacle, or you're looking for... you're looking to just kind of move across the top here. So you're just connecting tentacles. The positioning might change a little bit, but you get the idea, right? Connect, connect. So now I can play off of, you always want to play off of like 2 tentacle spots. 3 tentacle, 4, more tentacles is better. And what that does is now you're getting into a more aggressive posture. So if you're blue side, this is where you start getting into the aggression. Then you want to start pushing them under turret. You want to start pulling the wave here, clearing it quickly. And then maybe you can like do a tentacle here, and now you can like E them as they're going for minions. You can pull the wave down here and wave clear it. There's some minions spawning here. Yeah, you'd like want a quick push here. Boom, boom, boom. You just want to keep pushing like this. Once you get into an aggressive posture, it's just about like hitting minions, killing the wave quick. And now you're just like E-spamming them from this spot right here. You're just like looking for E's here. Let's see if I can go find a spot real quick. Okay, let's check out this spot. So just to go over exactly what I was talking about, this is a game from today, my live stream from today. I'm playing versus Singe top, and you just see here. So I've got that tentacle on the bottom I'm talking about. Now I'm going to connect here. I'm just going to E in this spot between the two tentacles. I'm going to kite here. That's all right. Don't worry, not really too concerned with that. But you see, I'm instantly clearing these minions. I'm just going to keep pushing. And this creates such a hard spot for the enemy player to play into. It opens you up to ganks, but if you're level 6, that's not a problem. And now you're just looking, now you can kind of play off the one tentacle because he's so low that he can't do anything. You actually get 2 tentacles there with the W. It's crazy. And you're just doing a lot of this. This is the like very aggressive stance we want to take. Okay, let's talk about the red side start. So red side is a very similar, like you can always get this 4 tentacle setup, but we have our 2 base tentacles here. Those are what we're gonna build off of. So base tentacles we build off of. The main thing is just making sure this bottom tentacle is far enough back that you can get another tentacle on this corner. That's the core of both sides. Like, you can do that on both sides. This wall and this wall. You just want to make sure you can get both tentacles on this wall. And now you get like a good 3 tentacle setup here. You can get a 3 tentacle here. So, and what this lets you do, like a really strong part about this is, you know, once they're going for once they start going for like let's say they're going to go for this tentacle, then you can look for E's, and you can trade with the other tentacles, and then once this is dead and they walk away from it, you can put this tentacle back. So basically it's the exact, you know, it's very similar to the offensive stance. This is like our home or defensive tentacle setup on red side. And the philosophy is really the same. I mean, if you're going to go across slow with a slow push in the wave, you want to go across the top side of the map like this. You just want to connect. Or if you want to do if you're pushing very quickly, like don't do that if you're pushing the wave very quickly. If you're pushing the wave quickly, hop across the river and use the tentacle to push very quickly. And then from here you can start setting up this tentacle, and you see how these just start connecting, right? Then now you have a connection here. And this is like the red side offensive posture. So now we're looking to push. We're looking to defend these 2 tentacles aggressively, and whenever they go for one, we want to pull an E out with the 2 tentacles, and then try to push the wave quickly. Put the one that they kill back, and start getting them under turret and pressuring them a lot. So it looks something a lot like this. Like they might go for the tentacle here. You want to Q. Now usually this is about the time when you start getting to like level 5 and you have the first item. So you want to do this, and if they like ever went for this tentacle, you could throw an E there and kill this, and now they're backed off. From this point, you want to start looking for a tentacle here. You can kind of use Demolish on cannon waves if you want. But now we're just looking to poke. Like, let's imagine there's someone here. We go for an E there. And now we've got 2 tentacles. We start creating pressure, keep creating pressure. That E means that when they're off spawning spirits and dealing with that, we can push the wave really quickly again with these 2 tentacles we have up. And that's kind of how it goes, you know? Ultimately, like, how you place the tentacles is important. But if you understand one philosophy above all else, it's connect. Like, connect tentacles. You are always playing to connect tentacles, and then you're always playing to be between the optimal amount of tentacles that you can be between. So that anytime you land your E, you always want to have at least 1 tentacle when you land your E. But having no tentacles is atrocious, and it's actually really hard to have no tentacles now. Like, you have to be way out here. And see, this is the worst case scenario. 1 tentacle is okay, but it's not preferred, you know? Sometimes I'll see players and they'll be playing right here. And it's like, why? Why not just move up a little bit and sit here? So that way, if you do actually get the Spirit Pull, you have 2 Tentacles now. You're just so much stronger from that position. The final thing is like Drakes. That I get asked a lot about. It's like, what do you do in a fight? Like when you're out here in no man's land. Don't really think too much about where your tentacles are placed. Just remember the philosophy of connect, connect, connect. So let's say I ran here and we're here to Drake first, and I've got this tentacle, and now the enemy is let's say they're like all out here somewhere. They're like trying to invade here. Well, I have 1 tentacle here. I want to connect. So I'll put a tentacle. If I can, I'll put a tentacle up here. And now I'm going to try to play here, and as they're running in, I'm going to look for ease. I'm going to fish. If I can't get that tentacle up, well, maybe I'll run back and I'll put a more defensive tentacle up. It still connects, but now I can play off this position. Maybe I get a ward here, and then as they're funneling in here, I can look for ease. Boom. I can look for any here, look for any there. And that's all you're doing. Just remember, you always want to connect tentacles. You want to play between. You want to position your character where if you land an E, you're getting max tentacle exposure. Like here, I want to be here, right? Boom, 3 tentacles. That's good. You're not really going to get too many like 3 tentacle setups at a Drake fight or a Baron fight. And then finally, of course, just the honorable mention. Illai's big power is always in her Flash-Ult, which gives you a ton of tentacles. Boom. I get a ton of tentacles. And this is like how you like really turn fights. This is what makes Illaoi actually a really good team fighter, is if you understand how to utilize Flash correctly. And that just spawns a lot of tentacles. Is there anything else about tentacles? Oh, one more thing. That's really important, actually. Tentacles will hit once on a spirit levels 1 through 6. It's a good thing I'm level 6 right now. Watch this. Let me make this tentacle, or this one, really tanky. Okay. So, watch this. It's gonna slam once, and watch. It doesn't hit twice before it times out. However, if you're level 7, now watch. 1, 2. That's a big deal. If you have 3 tentacles and you're getting an extra rotation of tentacle slams, that's a lot more damage. That is the difference between killing a tentacle and not killing a tentacle. Or a spirit. Boom. So level 7 is a big power spike on Illaoi. A lot of players don't think about that when they're laning. They'll think that when they get to level 6, they're the, you know, they're mommy now. But really, she becomes mommy at level 7. So you want to watch out for that. Level 13 is another point. So her tentacles increase in attack speeds at level 7 and 13. Level 13 one isn't as big of a deal, but I mean, so we don't really care too much about it. But it is relevant. But like, there's not really any play around it. Oh, I killed the spirit too quick. But they do attack half a second quicker now, and you see it like boom. You can feel it a little bit. Not as big of a deal, because at level 13 you're just playing in the mid game. Like you're not in lane anymore, so you're just playing for duels and big team fights. Anything else, tentacles? We covered positioning, red side or blue side, red side. Yeah, the main thing about Illaoi is you just want to keep the wave in like either here or here. Like even now, you don't want to be out here, right? You still don't want to be out here, even with the tentacle buffs, because you're not going to get like, it's way too open. Again, if we go back to that play earlier, this just gives the enemy all the room in the world. Sure, we can get 2 tentacles.
Let's begin again.
Here.
Our mother demands.
Sure, we can get 2 tentacles or even 3 tentacles here. But the enemy can move. Like, you can just move here, they can move there, they can move here. If you play, like, off this spot, it's so much harder for them to fight you. It's so much harder for them to fight you in this area. There's just so much less room to dodge because the walls create, like, areas where they can't run. And if they want to keep hitting you, they have to stand in tentacles. So, even though it's better, I would still warn against like fighting out here too much. Try to fight on walls if you can. Well, hopefully that was helpful with tentacle positioning and kind of how to think about like the offensive or defensive. And yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. If it's if y'all want more or something different, or I didn't cover something, I'll either remake the video, or I will add some other video or something. But one of my other guides that I'm making. So, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, check me out on Twitch and YouTube, DirtyMobs. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all. Have a good climb and enjoy Illaoi.